They call it the mother of all churches, but it's not because of its gold or grandeur. It's because it was the first church in history where Christians could finally worship freely, under sunlight, not in shadows. For nearly 3 centuries, followers of Christ lived in fear. They gathered in secret places, catacombs, caves, homes, whispering prayers by candlelight, knowing that being caught could mean death. They watched their loved ones taken to prisons, arenas, and crosses. Yet they never stopped believing. Their faith, hidden in darkness, was stronger than any empire. Then, something miraculous happened. In the year 313, Emperor Constantine saw a sign, a vision of a cross in the sky, with the words, "In this sign, you will conquer." And he did. He won the battle, ended the persecution, and for the first time in history, Christianity was no longer a crime. To mark this victory of faith, Constantine did something extraordinary. He took part of his own family's land in Rome, the Lateran Palace, and gave it to the church. There, around the year 324, rose a building unlike any other, a place where believers could gather openly, sing, and celebrate the Eucharist without fear of chains or swords. That church was dedicated to Christ the Savior. It became the cathedral of the Bishop of Rome, the Pope himself. And through time, it also became known as the Basilica of St. John Lateran, honoring St. John the Baptist and St. John the Evangelist. For centuries, it stood as a symbol of freedom. Not just freedom to worship, but freedom of the soul. When you walk inside its walls, you can almost feel the echoes of the first Christians, their tears, their songs, their gratitude. After so many years of hiding, they could finally stand before God without fear. Before we go further, if this story stirs something in your heart, please take a second to like this video, comment, "I am God's temple," and subscribe, so more people can discover the beauty and history of our faith. But the feast we celebrate today, the dedication of the Lateran Basilica, isn't really about the building itself. It's about something deeper. Because no matter how magnificent a church may be, it's still only a reflection of a greater temple, the one that lives inside you. St. Paul said it clearly, "Do you not know that you are God's temple and that the Spirit of God dwells in you?" Every heart that welcomes love, every soul that forgives, every person who prays in silence becomes a living church, a sanctuary where God himself resides. The Lateran Basilica was built of stone and marble, but the Church of Christ is built of living souls. You are part of that. Every act of faith you make, every moment you choose peace over anger, hope over despair, is another stone in God's eternal house. That's why this feast matters. It's not a memory of an old building. It's an invitation to rededicate our own hearts to God. Because the true temple isn't in Rome. It's in every believer who lets Christ dwell within. So today, as we honor the Mother Church, the first place where Christians worshiped freely, let's ask God to rebuild His temple in us, to make our hearts His home again. Because someday, when this world fades and all stones turn to dust, only one temple will remain, the one built of love. Feast of the dedication of the Lateran Basilica. A reminder that the church is not a building, it's a body. And you, dear soul, are a sacred part of it.